Completely unplanned, wandered around the neighbourhood and ended up at the KL Tower. So seeing as I'm at the KL Tower, I might as well go to the top. So back down to ground level. Unfortunately you couldn't go outside, it was closed because it was raining, as you probably see by some of the footage, but good views from the observation deck. I was up there a few hours, did some time-lapse photography. So it's 52 ringgits to go to the observation deck, 105 to do all the tower, although there are other things on this level. So I'm going to grab something to eat and drink, maybe a coffee, and then head back to the apartment. So I've nearly come to the end of the time in Kuala Lumpur. We're heading back to Thailand in a couple of days. So today I'm going to head over to the Chow Kip market. Market. It's just across this really busy road, so somehow I need to get across there and then we can have a real good look round. Never-ending stalls of fruit and veg. Some people seem to, I think, homegrown because there's not a lot for sale. They have trays of chilies and ginger. So good smells in here. So when you're in Malaysia, definitely come to Chow Kip Market. Have a look round, really easy to get to on the monorail. Yeah, good to see. So when you come into the wet market, don't have your best shoes on the floor, so that's the fish area. Now heading into the meat area, I wonder what we're going to see there. So lots of chicken. I've seen New Zealand lamb. Lots of offal. Everything you want here. Good morning, just packing the bag, getting ready to go out. According to the weather forecast, it's raining outside, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing today, and I'm just going to plan around the weather. If it's not raining, then I'm going to go to the Botanical Gardens after breakfast. If it is raining, I'm probably going to go to KL Central and then go to NU Central, which is a shopping centre above there. Not very interesting. If the weather is really bad, I might go to the pictures again. I saw Jack Reacher yesterday for £1.60. It was what's called the early morning special up till 1 o'clock. It's 8 ringgit. So that was really good. Just make sure I've got everything. Struggling with plugs. I've only got one plug in here. So charging things is proving a problem. This is the top of the tripod that my camera's on at the moment, and it's got a little cord. But what I'm doing is I'm actually putting it through the holes of my zipper on my backpack, and then when it's on my back nobody can open it easily. They're not going to have time to open the bag and get anything out when it's got this toggle on, and it's just a simple, like you get on clothing, a tag on clothing, you just loop it through itself. So now that's through both zips, so they can't open it to get the tablet out. It would take a while. Now I've got 3 zips on there, so I could do with finding some more toggles, because it just gives you a bit of confidence when it's on your back. Right, so I think I'm organised. That's just for covering my camera. I need a camera bag, really, just to protect the camera. Did a stupid thing yesterday. I bought a Gorilla Pod tripod. It's not a real one, because the real ones are about £120 for a big one. I bought a fake one, and it was £27. And then afterwards I just immediately regretted buying it, and I think it's because I didn't barter with the guy, and I walked away thinking I've overpaid for that. So I feel a bit bad, but it will come in handy one day for wrapping around a tree or a post to do some filming, maybe some time lapse. So let's go and find out what the weather's like. Well, the good news is I've come outside and it's not raining, so I'm really pleased about that. So I'm heading in the direction of the Botanical Gardens. We're on the other side of the railway tracks, so I have to go back to... oh, I'm steaming up. Sort that out. So I just did a really bad thing and used my t-shirt, which isn't what you should do. So I need to go to an optician's and get a proper optician's cloth. I think it's doing it again. So not raining, a bit of humid, as you can probably tell. I have to go across the railway tracks to get to the Botanical Gardens, so I'm heading back over towards the LRT station where there's a bridge. So I followed my nose and ended up in the post office, and you couldn't get out the other end, so it was a bit of a mole. So I've come outside, found the back, and found a way over a bridge, which has taken me to the National Mosque. And the Botanical Gardens is behind the National Mosque, so I'm heading in the right direction, but it is getting rather warm, so we'll see how I feel temperature wise, and if it does get a bit hot then I'll duck inside somewhere and cool down. I've had a coffee and a croissant in 7-Eleven, which was 85p, so that saves a bit of money today because they overspent yesterday. So I get to look at the mosque first. It is very hot this morning, it's only 9:30. It's very humid, but I would imagine it's humid because I'm by the Botanical Gardens, so I'll have of course lots of greenery. I'm just coming up to the entrance to the Butterfly Park, and then we've got the Bird Park, which is the biggest aviary in Asia. So the birds fly reasonably freely in this huge netted area. Botanical Garden, so I'm just going to have a wander. This is KL Bird Park near the Botanical Gardens. It's the biggest free flying aviary, so it's a big net, which actually means you can't see the birds because they're all in the trees out the way rather than in smaller areas, although that's probably good for the birds. However, it's £10 to get in, so I'm not going in, but I'm going to continue along this road, and in theory it takes me through the rest of the Botanical Gardens. And right next to the Botanical Gardens, you can see probably behind me, they've recreated Stonehenge. I've never been to Stonehenge, and I don't need to now because I've seen it here. Morning, kitty. So we have kittens in a basket here. See Seems a bit cruel. Mum is coming to say hello. She's sniffing me. That's one of the strangest things ever. There's the mum. Fancy having them locked up in a cage. I'm actually not sure if you've noticed, but I've wandered in to the planetarium. Here's a big sundial. That's where those cats were. I think I'm just walking through the entrance. I don't think I'm trespassing. But I'll go and try and find the door and hopefully some air conditioning. I don't think... I've been hotter, but I'm so sweaty. I'm pouring with sweat. It's disgusting. Turns out Planetarium is part of the mosque. It's at the back of the mosque. So the entrance to the planetarium is just behind the mosque. It's actually part of the National Mosque. It looks really interesting. I'm a bit hot to go and spend some time around there though, because there's a lot of it open. On the opposite side of the road, which is almost behind you, to my left is the police museum, which is quite interesting. So I'm going to continue down, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up where I started this morning, and I thought it was a dead end. So this is the way I probably should have come originally, and I need to get something to drink and some air conditioning. Behind me is Malaysia's National Mosque. Huge property. It's also completely free to have a tour around. You just book yourself in. You just need to make sure that you've got appropriate clothing on. Had a good time. Just walked a bit far today. Architecture in this area, you've got minarets, you've got domes, lovely colours. And now I'm down to a busy junction, so I'm going to switch the camera off and head over to the LRT, which you can see in the distance. So I've done a big circle today. I should have just come off the LRT, turned left, gone under the road, not over the road, and it would have brought me straight to the National Mosque entrance. But of course John decides to do the hour and a half walk. But I did see the butterfly park, the bird park and the planetarium. This beautiful building behind me is the railway company's headquarters. You would have thought it's somewhere religious. Fantastic architecture. Oh, the smog from the cars is getting to me. I've come into Kuala Lumpur station. Beautiful building. You can't get onto the platform without buying a ticket, but I'm not far away from KL Central, so I might be able to get a train just into KL Central from here. You can get trains from here to Butterworth and Penang. Batu Caves as well go through here. So if you see Kuala Lumpur railway station, this is where you can get through. But to get on the platform you need to get a ticket and then go through the barriers. It's air conditioned, so very, very nice. Keep this round. That is the ticket office behind me. There are ticket machines, which I'm going to have a look at now. In fact, it's not air conditioned, it's just fans. Nice, probably the architecture that makes it cooler. You can get trains from Kuala Lumpur to KL Central, but it's one stop. Now normally one stop just means a couple of busy roads to get across, not far. So I'm going to try and walk it and then have something to drink because my throat's got really sore. I have accidentally come across a train museum. I'm not sure if the sign that did say KL Central this way was put up by somebody that just wanted to get you in the museum. We'll have a quick look round.
Where do you come from?
England, the
England.
north of England.
England.
Say hello, England. Hello. Fantastic, thank you very much. But I'm now back in KL Central. So now I know I can go into NU Central, get something to drink, cool down and relax the rest of the day, no strain. But good walk this morning, although very, very hot.